Hello everyone. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little something different, and I've always wanted to try this to make my very own cooking video. So for my YouTube channel, I haven't been on in a while, so my update for that, for those just tuning in, my highest weight was 230 pounds, and my surgery weight was 208, and I had surgery on January 16th, 2017. So I'm a little over a year now, and my current weight is 130. So I've lost 100 pounds. I was like in a stall for a while, but I finally got down to 130. My goal is to be 120. So hopefully that pans out. I am seeing a plastic surgeon to hopefully get the breast reduction and the whole belly removed, all the skin and the extra fat that just won't go away. So there's that. Okay, so today I'm making French onion soup, and to be honest, okay, this only has 6 grams of sugar, and I only use about a tablespoon. Because I'm also trying to do stuff that is keto friendly for my keto friends out there. Especially since now I started up selling It Works. So I'll leave a link for my It Works page in the comments. And I'll also upload this to my Keto It Works Facebook page and go from there. So I'm making French onion soup. So I have, and excuse the mess, trust me, I have all my ingredients kind of sitting out here. So the first thing you want to do is saute the onions. And I use a Vidalia onion. I only use like half an onion because I don't need that many onions. And you want to do that with butter. And I know people are like, why butter? That makes soup kind of weird, blah, blah, blah. A lot of recipes for soups call for butter. So normally when I make this recipe, I like roast a garlic to put in here, or sometimes I use just minced garlic that I get from the store, but I know I have some, I just have no idea where it is. I just ran out of my can the other day. And so any salted butter, I know some recipes call for unsalted, I prefer salted. I still like my sodium, and this recipe is sweet. It's a little different. Not everyone likes it. It's not for everybody. With, you know, not everyone likes. Not everyone likes sweet. My grandmother, who's a sweet eater, did not like this recipe. We had it at a friend's house. She did not like it. She's the biggest sweet person I've ever met. My grandfather and I, who are more prone to eat salty stuff, love it. So, you know, you don't have to add the apple butter. I do recommend the brown sugar, which I totally forgot to grab, because that's the other thing you want to mix in with this. So you get your butter, you saute your onions, try to make them as soft as possible. Now, normally I cook this in a crock pot. I have like a mini crock that I cook it in, but it definitely helps if I have it on. I had it on, then I turned it off because it was smoking. Yeah. I usually cook it in the crock pot. I don't have time for that, so I'm cooking it in a skillet, cast iron skillet, which is awesome. If you don't have a cast iron skillet of any kind, get some. They're the best. Promise you that. They are the best. Yeah, so now it'll take a little time. I'm just gonna let those sit while I go get my brown sugar. Let's see. They're doing great. You don't use a lot of brown sugar. For keto followers, you probably don't want to use brown sugar or any kind of sugar. That's obvious. If you're following keto diet, I don't. I thought about it, wanted to do it. The problem is I have kidney problems, and keto isn't kidney friendly. Weird things that I like to put in this. Some garlic powder, chives. I really like the Hidden Valley Ranch powder to kind of build up the salty flavor. Something about brown sugar though, you know, extra sweetness, extra thickness to the mix. Some people like keeping their onions whole. So sometimes I'll cut the edges apart, easier to get them down and good. So I mixed in the brown sugar already. And sometimes I add extra butter. Sometimes. It depends on if it starts to stick or if it doesn't look buttery enough, if it's not getting the onions softened. Okay, apple butter. Secret ingredient to this recipe. I'm going to add that now. That's about as much as I'm going to add. Because let me tell you, it really sweetens it up. Let me watch it down as I make totally nauseous with my camera movement. I did get a new iPhone, so I have more space on this, so hopefully it lasts. I have not been able to do YouTube videos because, you know, my computer program I was using is messed up and whatever. And this is a lot of times where I need that extra butter. When that starts to stick. I did do like a sort of run through with this the other day, minus the apple butter, because I didn't have any left. And yeah, I'm going to add a little more butter. That was a lot more butter than I wanted to use. I don't care. And I do sometimes put salt in this. I do have like a garlic, salt, pepper kind of mix, but I also have the pink Himalayan sea salt. And yeah, you can add heavy cream, like half and half to this if you wanted to. Thicken it up, add the fat to it for those keto people. You know what I mean? Totally cool to do that. Definitely helps. It doesn't hurt. I did a little half and half the other day just to kind of test it out. I just did very little bit. So I know like the fat with keto is important and you kind of add it. From YouTube followers that I follow, they kind of just add it wherever. So add a little bit of that ranch. And some garlic. Chives. I know that's weird because there's already onions in it, but trust me, it doesn't hurt. It gives it a good flavor. You can also add turmeric if you are fighting any kind of like inflammation, bloating. I've got oregano. Sometimes I'll throw in basil and parsley. Seasonings are your friend, so just kind of go with what tastes good. Really hurt. Alright. I know that's really sweet, so where is my Himalayan sea salt? That is this. See, pink Himalayan sea salt, yum. Definitely makes things salty. And I like a lot of garlic powder just because I really like to taste it. And this is not normally how I cook this. When I cook it in the crock pot, I saute the onions and I put those in like that. And I melt the butter down in the crock pot. I add some pepper. And mix that up. Show you what it kind of looks like now. And that's what I love about skillets. As long as it's moving around, it's not going to stick. Maybe a little, but not like a regular pan would. Plus, once you get your broth in there, that'll help bring it up. And it'll definitely help melt the salt down. I think I will add some basil and parsley. Kind of just keeps the flavors nice and even and good. You can never go wrong with it. I love my Italian seasonings. I put them in everything. Onion powder, garlic powder, oregano, basil, parsley. It's all so good. So once you got that kind of down and then fancy, get your taste to how you want them. That's good. You want to add your beef broth right into the pan. Last time I did it with 1 can and it disappeared on me, so I'm using 2 cans. Even though I did put like a can of water in there, but it does boil down. So there's that. Gotta just kind of mix it over time, let it boil like any soup. The flavor's cooking. And then with the, like a lot of times I'll use like an Italian mix. I don't have any Italian mixed cheese, but I do have mozzarella. And I'll stick that on top. Hopefully it sets okay because I'm not putting bread in this time. And that was probably another thing. I used some organic croutons and they kind of sucked all the juice up and it got soggy and disgusting. But I broil the cheese on top. A lot of times I'll use a French bread, which is a lower carb kind of bread. So I'll use that. I'll put some garlic butter from the store on top, broil the cut up bread with that on it, stick it on top of the soup, and then put the cheese on top and broil the cheese in the oven. And that's really good. Normally I do that individually, like in the soup bowl. So that's the other thing. If you have someone who's not on keto, but you make up a French onion recipe, super easy, super duper awesome, then you could always, they could always have something to add to it. Like they can get a soup bowl, add the cheese and the croutons or bread or whatever you want to use on top and broil that in. This is really fast to make in the skillet. I think once it boils down a little bit, I'll add some water to kind of break up the beef broth. And if you're vegetarian, you can definitely use vegetable broth. Nothing against that at all. Oh, there's something else I needed to say. Had to do with the soup. Don't remember. I was going somewhere with that. The whole vegetable brothy, whatever. I typically like it better in the crock pot because everything kind of has a longer time to sit and chill and cook, and it's really, really hot and delicious. Can I see what I'm doing? So yeah, it also helps. I am home alone right now. Like, nobody's here. Grandparents went on a cruise. They're coming back in a few days. So yippee. So it's just my dog and me. Wherever Bandit decided to go. Don't know. Lost my dog. Sorry for the... If I look terrible, because I know I do, my makeup's running off my face. It's because I work today and my makeup really started melting off my face as I was driving home because my car was 90,000 degrees. Because it was cold this morning. So, of course, I had the heat on in my car at first. Yeah. Not good. What else is new in Chrissy's world? Cute guy, I've been jonesing after since, like, forever. I made him cookies for Christmas, and then I made him cookies for Valentine's Day, and then he disappeared after Valentine's Day. Scared him the heck off, I'm sure, because I am very intimidating. He came in today, and he's like, geez, he's like, it's not you. I've been busy. Do you still want me to text you? Yeah, dude, text me. You should have just done it. Do it. God, if you watch my videos at all on YouTube, because I'm just crazy psychotic, and I talk about my life on YouTube, and whatever. That's why I don't like people following me who are my friends, because it's embarrassing, because I talk a lot. Don't follow me on YouTube. Ever. Nobody follow me. Just don't do it. Except YouTubers, please. My bariatric family on YouTube, please follow me. Oh, that's exciting news. Here. The newspaper in my town wants to interview me about my surgery. How awesome. Hi, Bandit. Sitting over there watching me. So cute. So that's exciting. I'm not sure when that's going to happen. It might happen Friday. Probably in the morning. That's why I'm doing my cleaning today, making sure everything gets done, because I know Friday it's going to be kind of hectic. Excuse me. Hiccup. I know there was something else about this soup I wanted to say. Don't remember. But yeah. So, like soup bowls that I'm talking about, these Dollar Tree, ooh, they're nice. They can go right in the oven. Microwave, dishwasher safe. Doesn't say oven safe, but they can go in the oven. They're fine. It's not like they're in there that long. They're just on broil for the cheese and the bread and whatever. I'm not putting bread in this. I do have some French bread because it's, you know, the lowest of the low. But I'm not putting that in there. It's starting to boil. It's doing good. So, yeah, there's that. See, I looked better yesterday, but I got home at 8 o'clock, so I was pretty exhausted. That was really good. I probably would like it with more apple butter. Honestly. Because the beef broth is really strong. So I think I'll do that because I have no shame. I'm allowed to have 12 grams of sugar. Although I'm sure there's probably sugar in the beef broth. Who knows? I don't know. I didn't read the ingredients for that. Plus I put the brown sugar in there. No shame. It's not like I eat a lot. God, this fills me up big time. I have a hard time fitting a full bowl in. But yeah, so if you do this in the crock pot, you want to put the butter in there first and let that melt. And yeah, it does call for unsalted butter, but if you're putting the apple butter in, you definitely want the saltiness in there. Because it definitely makes it, sometimes it overpowers it, makes it too sweet. And you definitely don't want like an overpower flavor. So I'd like taste as you go. But yeah, that's better. Once you get that butter melted in there, and your sauteed onions, So you definitely want to soften them a little bit. You don't have to, you know, go all out, but brown them a little or whatever. Whatever works. Then you want to add your apple butter, your brown sugar, your seasonings, and mix that in with the butter in there. And then put the onions in and mix that in, and then put the last thing should always be that. Always. Just because everything blends better that way. And then never stick cheese in the crock pot while it's cooking, or the skillet for that matter, because the cheese will burn. So do not do that. If you're going to put any extra cheese in to have it mixed in with the soup, do it at the end when you're putting it in your bowl, and then do your cheese on top and broil. Because if you put it in while it's cooking, it's going to burn. Warning you now, it's going to burn. Yeah, this is cooking pretty good. So I'm going to set the broiler on high. Just gonna let that sit for a minute. I don't think I have any clean soupy spoons left, or big spoons. No, nothing. That's all I got are these. But, yeah, plain and simple. And I do let the broiler kind of kick in. Just because some ovens are better than others, and some are lame, like mine. There you go, hunk of onion, good broth, seasoning. This might take a minute. So I don't have to fill my bowl up very much because it's me. I don't eat that much. For my bariatric people, I get scared sometimes how much I can eat, and then there's days where I can barely eat a thing. And then there's times where I feel like I can eat and eat and eat. Does anybody else have that problem? I mean, I am a year and a few months out, and it kind of scares me how much I can eat. So I thought about like going back to liquids, and I tried that for a day, and I got really sick. And I think I was just a stomach bug. I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to put my cheese on top of that. Now you can do like an overall cheese in the skillet. But yeah, so I want as much cheese out as possible since I'm not using bread. And I'm just gonna broil that in there by itself, and then when I'm ready, I'll take the whole skillet and broil that and let that be what it is. I'm afraid to set that right on top because I know it's just gonna melt right into the soup. And it does, just, that's okay. Still broil it. It may not crisp up the cheese, but it'll be fine. It's mostly for when my grandparents come back anyway, even though my grandmother does not like it, but I don't care. She'll eat it anyway. She eats everything I cook, just about. So I made really awesome chicken cordon bleu the one day, and I am definitely going to make that again for a video because it's amazing. How do I miss some onions? Look at that, I missed those. Came out of nowhere. In there, maybe without spilling it. Anyway, the whole point of broiling is to try to crisp the cheese on top, and it definitely makes it easier when it's got some kind of bread on top. Other people are like, no, the only way French bread can be, or the only way French onion soup can be French onion soup is with, homemade croutons on it, blah, blah, blah. Well, how about like French bread with buttery garlic sauce on it? It's good. And it's very filling. So there's that. Probably don't need to necessarily show you the finished product, but I will. So it's gonna take a few minutes. I am kind of hungry, so I can't wait for this to be done. see, what else is new in Christy's world? Not much. It's been kind of slow, roll, boring here, especially without my grandparents. Such is life. So yeah, I don't know. Gotta figure out other recipes I can do. I'll try not to be as boring as this one. This is just my first, throwing it out there. Play with it what you will, you know. It's French onion soup is so easy, and everyone, well, maybe not everyone. Took me a while to really like it. See, what I like about the French bread with it is that the French bread doesn't get soggy like croutons. I can't stand mushy bread. It grosses me out. It's not good. Not good. So yeah. Wait, let's check on it. That's the thing, watch it. Do not like walk away from it. Yeah, just kind of showing you, like, see, it's sunk down in, so it's not really it's not gonna crisp up like I want it, but that's okay. I mean, it's cheese. It's gotta melt, you're gonna eat it. It's gonna taste exactly the same. So yeah, French onion soup. All right, everyone, I'm out.